The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the July 10th, terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Dial on in 877-927-6640. If you can't dial in, you can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. And inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, inside the Tiger's Den. Any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow up 135 points, trading out at 24,911. S&P's up 8. NASDAQ is up 14. Russell 2000 down 10 points, trading at 1694. Semis are up 17 points, a little over 1%. Trannies are down about 0.7%. That's 71 points to the downside. You've got gold off 460. We'll take a look at that. Silver's up 7 pennies. Light sweet crude up 38 cents. Leading the charge here to the upside, it is the Inspired one. Inspired Medical Systems, INSP. That's up $8. That's 22%. Amazon up $7, about 0.4%. Boeing up $6, 1.7%. So you know that's putting some juice into the Dow. Google's up $5. Wynn Resorts up 5. To the downside, it's Booking Holdings off 12, $13 at 0.6%. To the downside, Biogen, BIIB. We'll have to check that out. I don't know if that gap down this morning created an island. Did it do that? No, it did not. But it is trading to the downside. 12 buckaroonies to the downside. Nevro Corp, NVRO, off $10 or 13%. So there's certainly stocks moving to the upside and to the downside. I did not think I was going to be able to do today's show. Freshly returning, when I mean freshly returning, I mean freshly returning from a wonderful root canal. Nothing like a root canal. All I can tell you, last time I had one was probably 15 years ago. And I can tell you, they've gotten pretty high tech. But on the drive back, listening to a number of the different news stations out there, it was pissing me off. Can I say that? Oh, I just did. And then they did it again, and that was CNBC that wants to clench into what basically is a useless statistic. And you're going to hear it, and I'm going to prove it to you now. And they just showed it across this. They just showed it across the screen again about the mere fact. Now, scientifically or data specific, they're correct, but they are providing you with a useless piece of information. Absolute. You know which piece of information I'm referring to out there? Exactly. That there's 6 stocks that make up 90 some odd percent of the gains inside the S&P 500. As if the S&P 500 is going to topple because of that. Now, look, it may topple. It has nothing to do with that. And I will tell you that they're just misleading you. And gosh, I hate that stuff. Now, what does Stevie mean? Look, the reality is when you and I, just like I was driving down the expressway, and you get caught in traffic, you can't wait till you get out of traffic. You can floor it. The stock market acts the exact same way. And what we take a look at here is you really want to understand bullish or bearish. You want to understand, is price trading above resistance or below support? That's really what you want to take a look at. It doesn't matter if there is 6 stocks that make up 99.9% of the profits. You want to understand, are the markets in a bullish condition or not? And here's the absolute set of facts. What we can take a look at, we take a look at the market breadth on a daily basis of the S&P 500. Yes, this is a lagging indicator, but it is a great indicator and way better than that useless. You know, it's really, you can tell that the Novocaine is wearing off. Yeah, actually, if your blood boils, I really do think it makes the Novocaine wear off. But here's what we're looking at. As we speak right now, 1:11 in the afternoon, there are 256 stocks in the S&P 500 that have broken above, that are trading above resistance. Now, that's bullish. If you just take a look at market breadth, you know how many are trading below the bottom of their profiles? That would be bearish. 27. Now, there's 222, like room 222, trading in the center. Neither bullish nor bearish, just simply stuck in a range out here. But you tell me when you come up with percentages whether this is more meaningful. And you can take a look at the crossovers there, and they are. Again, the lagging indicator, and you and I don't just rely on lagging indicators to figure out what's going on with the market and the market. And take a look at the weekly time frame. I don't even know what they show. Literally just sitting down in front of the system out here, 203 above the top of a box, 84 below. So I wish that they would not mislead the public like they do. But look, that's their deal. They can go ahead and mislead you all they want. And you know that when they do mislead you, it is going to, as I said, PMO. You know what that means. If we take a look at the NASDAQ, let's just take a look at the NASDAQ just for the heck of it. Let's go ahead and take a look at its market breadth out here. You have 67 stocks, right? 67 stocks are trading above the top of their box on a daily basis. It means it is above resistance. You tell me, if you trade above resistance, are you bullish or bearish? Other than a pattern, which we know what patterns can help us to identify market tops out there. And there's 3 that are trading below. This is the more important data, not how many stocks inside a weighted index, because those are the rules of the game. Make up what percentage of the profits overall. At least that is Stevie's take. And now it's just simply up to you to figure out what your take might be. Now, if we take that, because they just really PMO'd me, because they say I can't say that on the air. I don't understand why. It doesn't make any sense. But now, been away from the screen since, I don't know, 7 o'clock this morning, whatever time it was. And so in order for me to really get a feel for what's going on inside the markets out here, I like to take a look at Bob. I like to know what the bullish or bearish signals are inside the market. How do I do this? I think I just will turn this off and we'll just put this on here. This is just my one little strip and take a look at the equity futures contracts. So, you're going to see a lot of white space on my screen. So what? I mean, I could do this, but that's not going to help you out a whole lot. Maybe it is. So if we take a look at this, it shows us the ES Mini, the NQ, the Dow, and the Russell 2000. And I'm just going to have to leave it at that because we're going to go into a hard break. Hopefully they don't just pull me off the air because that PMO moment out there, I doubt that they will. We'll come back. We'll take a look at the topping signals. This is what's important in the 1 hour time frame, the 2 hour time frame, the 5 hour time frame, even the daily time frame. This will tell us if there's a top. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary Power Law Vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So right now we're taking a look at this is Stevie's system that he put together. Well, these are what's included. Well, first, here's what we're looking at. We're taking a look at 4 instruments, the equity futures contracts. And you know the reason that you and I are doing this is because we know that we gather way more information by taking a look at what's going on in the futures market because of the patterns that you and I trade versus spending any time taking a look at the ETF structures. This is where it's at. You don't have to trade them, but if you're trying to be a pattern recognition individual, what you want to do is you want to understand the patterns that I share, the patterns that Basil shares, all the patterns that are out there, and utilize the equity futures contract to go ahead and make your positions inside, your portfolio with regard to the ETFs out there. So you don't have to trade the futures, but here we take a look at, so this is a system, the fundamentals behind what it is you're looking at are the exact, when I say exact fundamentals that were able to garner me that #1 ranking by Timer Digest. We got that beginning March when was the soonest that they could report on my newsletter signals because they needed a year's worth of data, and still #1 as we speak right now on July the 10th. So I think that it's worth noting out there with regard to, hey, what do these signals tell us? Now, when subscribers and I went long the NASDAQ back on June 28th, the board on the right-hand side, like 1 hour, 2 hour, 5 hour daily, was lit up like a green Christmas tree. Right now, you'll see it's more pink and hot pink out there. The light green or the lime green out there were showing us bottoming signals. Yeah, it's with the Dow up 124 points right now, the S&P and so forth being up whatever the number of points are they are at the moment. So we're starting to get some signals out here. Couple say confirmed, but we're really getting signals with regard in these equity futures contract that doesn't necessarily say go short. We saw some of these signals take place earlier yesterday. It was the reason that we went ahead and took our profits. Looks like a day early. Maybe it was way early instead of a day early out there. And right now we're just neutral. Neutral, I think, is the spot to be. But what do these mean? If we just simply take a look at the Dow, so I'll open up the Dow chart. Here's a 2-hour time frame. If you take a look at that's 120 minutes that we're taking a look at on my chart, it shows you a topping signal. We know that how the markets make tops and how the markets make bottoms, they do them the same way all the time. And it has nothing to do with whether there's 5 stocks that make up X percentage of the profits or not. They just simply do it by creating that Rhodes momentum indicator signal. In this case here, moving higher, doing less relative energy. Now, there's a number of things that have to take place out there. One of those is Stevie needs to put his red line on this chart. If I don't put my red line today, right now, we'll just take a look at the red line versus the red and green line because that's going to be easier for me to do. You can see the price is trading right now right down into Stevie's red line on this 2-hour time frame chart. Now, 2-hour with regard to this time frame, this candle completes at 2 p.m. So if price closes below 24, looks like probably about 895 or so, then what we're going to potentially have is a confirmed signal. When you already have the bearish dark cloud candle. Now, that may mean that price just simply inside the Dow, if you were wondering, well, where is it that buyers would be buying the dip, so to speak? On a 2-hour basis, those buyers would be lined up at the top of that TAS market profile. That's 24,782. We're trading at 24,900. So that's 100 and some odd points, 120 points if my math is correct out there to the downside. 120 points, that'll wipe out the that'll send the Dow back to break even for the day, give or take out there. But we're starting to see signals. That was on a 2-hour basis. We've got the signal on the Dow on a 1-hour basis, so we can change this here real quickly just so we see what it is we're looking at. A 1-hour time frame is going to give us a different signal. This says, you know what? Price may just simply pull back to support, which would be the bottom of its box, 24,855. Now, when taking a look at the Dow, we haven't seen price trade below the bottom of a market profile since, I'll give you the exact time, 8 a.m. on July the 6th. So closing below the bottom of a box, by the way, this is a brand new box out here, would be something of potentially a change in trend, early signal on a 60-minute time frame out here. Now, this would say that price would pull back to about the 24,550 level. That's that little red dash line. I know there's a few red dash lines on my chart out here. My apologies. I should just change them all to black on the TAS market profiles, and I will do that. It's just I'm not going to do it right this second and bore you with that. Instead, I'm just going to say that if price closes below 24,855, the 1-hour chart says, hey, you know what? I can pull back into the 24,546 level. So that's the Dow. Again, with this system, what Bob does, I like to call it Bob, because I couldn't come up with a better name because it's bullish or bearish with regard to its signals and its outlooks. But these here, the Rhodes momentum indicator signals, are the ones that give us the early warning signs. In fact, I'm going to do a workshop on behalf of Ninja Trader. I think it is next week on Thursday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't heard back from them. They're supposed to send me a link so that we can provide it to you so that you can sign up for it, and all that hubbubaloo out there. So I'll make sure that I follow up on that today. But the signals that are most important, at least I believe they're most important, are the ones that we just took a look at, and they're beginning to falter even inside the Dow, which is trading higher. Russell 2000, yeah, definitely some signals out there. Now, I'd like to, unfortunately, my system died yesterday just as I was logging in to do the 3 o'clock or 3:15 segment with Tom. And I mean, totally froze so much I had to do the old hard boot. Now, even though I had backups, what I didn't have is like backups of 12 charts that are on my e-signal platform, and they got corrupted. And I haven't had a chance to rebuild all those charts out there. So that doesn't mean I can't answer your questions. I would love your questions because then I don't have to worry about going off, into all different, who knows where, no roadmap out here. Of course, I do see 2 questions that have come in. So in fact, let's go to those questions. You spend time to send me a question. I'm going to spend the time to answer it. So sorry to hear about the root canal. They are no fun. I'm long WBA. Let's go see if we can check out the Women's Basketball Association out here. WBA from $60 Is that what it's called? Are they called? Is that the WBA? Or did I just screw that up too? But in any event out here, WBA is actually Walgreens Boots Alliance. And this is Rob in South Carolina, along from $60. Looks to be taking a breather. We're starting the B to a C leg out here, wanting to hold this to fill the gap. Any thoughts on how this is trading? Let's just go take a look at Walgreens Boots Alliance. And you're in at 60 and it's trading at $63. So that looks pretty good out there. Let me change to a different screen where I can get one of Stevie's other charts, a daily time frame chart up here, just so I've got all of the tools at my beck and call. WBA. Let me give this just a second to populate. And it looks like it's going to need more than a second. So, Rob, here's what we see as we speak right now. Daily, trading above the top of a box. Okay, so that's good. So short-term bullish here. Top of the box, 61.83. And I will give you more information. They're playing that music so loud in my ear, I'm hearing things. Bottom of its weekly box, 62.68. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We get back to this break. We're going to look at Walgreens Boots Alliance and anything that you would like. You just have to send me an email, steve@tfnn.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
TigerTV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at Walgreens Boots Alliance for Rob. He's in this at $60 out here, and just simply wants our thoughts on this. So you've got a profit in this, and I wouldn't let this thing get into a losing position. Look, if it gaps down, that's a whole different story. You may not be able to avoid it. For example, it gapped down on the trading session of June 28th. I don't remember what the reason was. 41 million shares. Maybe that was Amazon was getting into the pharmacy business. It doesn't really matter. They've not created a system where I can hover over a candle and tell you what the news was. So years from now, even if I was correct, I won't remember most likely out here. Instead, we're just simply going to take a look at the pattern recognition piece of it. I would say on the daily chart, you really don't want this to get under 61.83. That would be the top of its daily profile out here. It's broken above resistance. You don't want it to close back below resistance out there on the daily time frame. You're inside this gap. When you're inside a gap, there's really no stability here. It could be resistance just simply is the 65.87. It could be the bottom was put in. I don't know. You're asking my technical analysis versus some type of no, that's smart. Versus some type of fundamental analysis. And even if I could give you the fundamental analysis, which I could, I don't know that would really help us a whole lot with regard to the chart pattern. The big concern that I have right now inside of Walgreens Boots Alliance, and I can see that my system is not completely updating, and it's just part of the whole, rigmarole, and I'll get it all taken care of after the show today. But it's trading somewhere around 63 bucks. It's a monthly time frame chart out here, and you could get a bounce. So it's cool to stay in your long position as we speak out here. Price oscillator is below zero. Never a good thing. This says price could bounce up towards the red line, 70.06, or the combination of moving higher with the red line coming down lower. You can see how this is the most important thing is that when this made its high back here on August 2015, what the heck am I talking about? And as price got below Stevie's red line, you can see how Stevie's red line has been a key resistance level. Key resistance level. Every time prices try to get up there, it's got the old kibosh. I'm going to bash in, the bulls and keep things moving lower. So this certainly long-term has not proven itself to form some type of bottom out here. Is there an A to B equals CD on a monthly basis? Well, it would look like this, and the answer is and could be and would be possibly, because you do have a bullish engulfing candle that may be forming for the month of June. It's only the 10th, or July. It's only the 10th, so we don't really know. So you're just simply going to have to come back to that one. So I just say just be careful here. You may have timed a great bottom. With regard to the signals out there, the weekly, as I said before we were going to break, the bottom of its box was trading back above the 62.88. So you've got your lines of demarcation, so to speak. And those are the areas, Rob, that I would be focused on. And thanks for writing in. Much appreciated. We've got, looks like Fred. Fred P. writes in and says, can I go over the euro US dollar and give some insight on its direction? So we can and we will. And we'll try to do with both charts again. I don't expect my Ninja Trader chart right now to totally update, but that doesn't mean that it won't help us, because Fred's asking for some direction here. And I think we can do that by looking at a couple of different time frames. So let's come back to Stevie's main chart. You can see the euro, 15-minute delay, my apology, trading out at 117.41 as we speak right now. What does that mean? What does that mean on a daily basis? What does that mean on a weekly basis? What does that mean, period? What are all these lines that Stevie has on his chart out here? I think we should go figure that out. Give me a moment here so we can get rid of the volume bar down at the bottom. And let me just change this to a longer term time frame so I can appropriately, there we go. So now we put the euro on a longer term time frame. Fred, it really puts things into perspective. The perspective being that price is trading in a descending price channel from a monthly standpoint out here. So that alone is a bearish type message. The question is the current run, in essence, from the bottom of that channel line to, in essence, the top? It didn't hit it exactly during the month of February 2018, but close enough for our move, or for our analysis out there. I can get it out of my mouth out here. And if we just take a look at the retracement so far from low to high, it's been about a 0.382 retracement. So it's held pretty well. That's looking at the monthly. So now what do we do? Now let's come back to the weekly. It's trading roughly around where we are at right now. I want to take a look at Stevie's chart out here, Ninja Trader chart. And Fred, what you and I know, very similar to what Rob and I just took a look at with Walgreens Boots Alliance. Works the same way, works with all time frames. Right now, the Euro-US dollars price oscillator, that's the bottom panel of my screen out here, is basically at 0. Now, when price gets down to 0, oftentimes you will see a stalling in price. It is especially the case if we can conjoin it. Is that a word out there? If we can join it with some other tools, and we do have another tool on a weekly basis, we can see that the trading session from June 15th was a Tom DeMark setup 9 count. That bar happened to be trading into both bars 5 and number 6. When that occurs, and I won't go into the details of Tommy DeMark's system out there, but it is a great system. Complicated, yes. Great system. Doubly yes out here, and something that you and I use. So another signal that the move to the downside on a weekly basis stalled. I don't know if that's what you were looking for. It doesn't matter. You're just simply asking me, what is it that I see out here? So I see that stalling in price. Price oscillator getting to 0. This tells me that what the euro wants to do is bounce. It wants to bounce and wants to get up towards Stevie's red line. Now, it can move sideways-ish, while Stevie's red line moves lower too. So it's within this range here of one where we're trading right now and the 118.69 level. Is that good enough for reward risk? Certainly not on a weekly basis. You'd certainly want to be going and taking a look at some type of short-term time frame out here. But I think you were just looking for my view. So my view is that we should see a stalling, or we should see the euro bounce. That doesn't mean that it's bottomed. It means it's doing what it naturally does when this phenomena occurs. And it is a phenomena, one that you and I pay attention to. What's going on a 30-minute time frame? Well, we can see that there was a hammer candle at 7:30 this morning. We can see we've had 9 consecutive now closes above the bar 4 bars earlier. That is the Tom DeMark setup inside a 30-minute time frame chart. This bar number 9 also traded in bar number 6. So maybe it too is getting ready to rest for a bit, although its price oscillator not anywhere near 0. Was there an A to B equals CD pattern that completed when that hammer candle formed? I don't know. Let's go take a look. The answer is yes. A 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD to the downside. Now we've gotten into the ultra short-term time frame out here, but doesn't matter because these patterns work the same way on every time frame chart. The 30-minute basis, when you form, and this may have been a Gartley buy. In fact, I'm sure that it was a Gartley buy pattern out here. That's just confirming to us on a short-term basis that, okay, now we should continue to see the euro bounce. I hope that helps you out. We've taken a look at multiple time frames. It helps me out. And thanks so much for writing in, Fred. Don't think I've heard from you before, so do it again. When we get back from this break, we'll go take a look at questions from Alex. We'll be right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-Shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profile So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 96, S&P is up 4. So the question rolling in here from Alex. Alex writes in and says, is the Russell pulling back from the high today a near-term top? So let's go answer that question, or let's at least go take a look at the data and the statistics and the information out here for you, Alex, and thanks for writing in. And we'll first just simply start by taking a look at the four-pronged equity futures contracts. You've got the Dow in the upper left, you have the ES Mini in the upper right, you've got the NQ in the lower left, and you've got the Russell 2000 in the lower right. So your question was about the Russell 2000, and Tom and I reviewed this yesterday during the segment once I at least got the system up and running and chugging out here, which was that it's so important to understand the style and the type of market that you and I are trading in. And we are trading in consolidation patterns, although various for the different instruments. Your question, Alex, is about the Russell 2000. And we can see that it is, and today and yesterday we're confirming that it is in a consolidation. Price made its way back near that tie. We're looking at a line chart, which means we're looking at closing prices out here. And so the answer is, yeah, it looks like that's the case when I take a look at the daily equity futures contract. It's consolidation pattern to everybody else. What does that mean? It means if you can't bust them to the upside, you might try to go bust them to the downside. Is it a guarantee? No, there's no guarantees, but it's a pretty good probability that price inside the Russell 2000 is going to head back down to the 1646 area, or 1695 as we speak right now. What does that mean for the other guys like the NQ? Really the same thing, and the ES, really the same thing. You're up at resistance. It's consolidations that we're in. Even the Dow's in a consolidation, just not near as strong as the other three are. What else can we go take a look at, Alex? Well, we can go take a look just to make sure, because you and I, we do not like to be fooled out there. And we will not be fooled. And the reason we will not be fooled is because we're going to go take a look at where Esteban, who is trading in euros today, and Stevie Boy is trading in pounds. That's the very right-hand chart. And Stevie San, that is the chart that is 2 from the right. So we're taking a look at euros, yen, pounds, and dollars. And the reason that we are taking a look at that is we want to make sure that none of those Steves sees the Russell 2000 breaking out. And a breakout in this case here would be above the top of the swing point. Now, if you happen to be Stevie Son, what you were looking at is you saw an exact test of the prior swing point high in yen, 190,505 yen to be exact. Price got up there, made a beeline, and has pulled back, so it hasn't been able to break out. It made retracements, in essence, of prior highs out there in yen. I'm sorry, not in yen, but in pounds and in euros. And we know we just took a look at dollars. So to answer your question here, is it likely you said a near-term top? The answer would be yes. Or I would put it another way. You may not want to go ahead and short it with TCA, or you can, but I wouldn't want to be long right now with TNA, not with the signals. Anything can happen in the next 5 minutes. I can't control the next 5, 10, 15. I can't control anything other than sharing with you signals what Alexes around the world are doing, right, Alex? You know, there's an Alex that's trading the Russell in euros and trading it in yen. I guess that would be Alex Sun. And there's Alex in London right now that is trading. It doesn't have any clue as to what's going on over there while they deal with all their Brexit stuff. Now, there's another time frame chart that you and I love. Now, we don't like it. We love it. That's the 5-hour energy drink chart out here. Great at showing tops, great at showing bottoms, using Stevie's Rhodes momentum indicator signal. We can see how it did it. And we can see right now you've got a big old bearish engulfing candle as it was making that signal. So, yeah, looks like it's headed back. Where's support? The last area of support inside the 5-hour time frame chart for the Russell 2000 for you is 1690. You're trading at 1694. So is it worth getting in right now? No. I think you need to go ahead and let this thing bust below 1690 and then take a look at it, or at least sell the first retracement, which sounds to me like what you wanted to do. So, Alex, thanks for writing in. I think you answered the question, is the Russell 2000 generating a short-term top? And the answer is yes. And it had nothing to do with how many stocks made up the gains inside of the Russell 2000. Absolute useless information out there that you and I just simply, when we see it cross our screens, we just kind of snicker. Yeah, we just snicker. That's what we do. Snicker doodle. Now, let's go take a look at, what else do we want to take a look at? Let's go take a look at, let's see what here. Let's go take a look at gold. Oh, yeah, let's take a look at gold out here. What did gold do today? What did gold do today? There are some people out there, I know, because of charts that we shared with you over the last several days, that were buying gold as it got down to lows. It was definitely coming from all of the tigers out there. And you might say, what do you mean, Steve Areno? Well, what we mean is we know that what gold has been doing is trading in a lower consolidation, and that lower consolidation is inside its TAS daily profile. And that's a level of 1245.90. and 1260.20. Hey, price can break out above the top and it can break down below, but it's really on a closing basis what happened. Well, look, today as gold was pushing lower and it got down to 1247, all right, 1247.70. It was $1.80 away from the bottom of its box. We know we use these boxes as guidelines, not as exact. Sometimes it works exact, but just like any, if you are the defensive coordinator on a football team, or you're an offensive coordinator on a football team, or you just want to know where your defense and offense on the other side of the ball, where they're lined up, where they've got to get to, and you're not necessarily, other than a first down, worried about pulling out the chains, okay? In this game here, as price is moving down to 1245.90, it held. Now, what does that mean? Still means we're in a consolidation. Means sellers are lined up at 1260.20. Nothing I can do about it. Buyers are lined up at the 1245.90 area. Give or take a few shekels out there. We've got a question. Can we take a look at Kansas City wheat out here? And the answer is we can. It is amazing what we actually can do when we put our mind to it. So let's go take a look at Kansas City wheat. Let's go take a look at the market profiles, and let's start with the daily time frame out here. And we take a look at the daily, we can see that it's trading also in a range. The bottom of its profile And at this stage here, I'm going to assume just by looking at the daily, this is where price may be headed back to. Now we'll go apply a retracement tool to it. So let's go do that. That way we can look at everything all at one time. So we're going to go from the low to the high. We can see that price made a 0.618 retracement. Today's bar is sort of wide-ish, ranging, not exactly how you like to see price come into a 0.618 retracement level. So pretty good chance this is going to come back to the 0.786 area, which is 479, and change out there. And I would say, well, if you're going to do that, you might as well get down to that level or the bottom of its box out here. That's what the daily time frame charts are saying with regard to Kansas City wheat. Now, what we also know is that the bottom of that box should be strong support. When I say strong support, what do I mean? In this case here, I mean super strong. I mean gargantuan strong, because you don't see a center line, because the center of the box is at the bottom of the box. And that says you should have buyers really camped out right there when you take a look at Kansas City wheat. That's the only good thing I can share with you right now. Steve Rhodes with TFNN.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's TigerTV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Am I glad the hour's coming to an end. Probably shouldn't have done the show today. And I was kind of like, it could be Super Steve-O. You know, so what if they were drilling on me for about 2 or 3 hours today looking for something that wasn't there, as it turned out, an old root. used to be there. In any event, but they still went drilling for gold, so to speak. And I'm referring to the dentist, and God, we felt so good on the way back. And in any event, look, here's the last couple minutes. Here's where we're at in the market. Here's where we are at inside these markets out here. We're in a consolidation, and consolidations are very hard to trade. Here's the S&P, the Dow. So for those of you that don't actually get access to the futures contracts, here you can take a look at on a closing basis. The NDX, the lower left, the Russell, the lower right, the S&P in the upper right, the Dow in the left. Focus on the other three, not the Dow, so to speak, out here. You can see how prices hit the top of the consolidation and turn back down. It doesn't mean that it won't take it out or it can't take it out. But if you're looking to get short the market and you want to have your back up against the wall, well, then right now is the time. Here's the wall. Prices hit the wall. Does it mean that it can't turn up? No, but it just, right now, prices turn back down right where it should. Does it have to retrace all the way down to the bottom? No, it doesn't have to do anything out here. So that's one set of failures that you have going on inside of the market. We also have what is kind of interesting, because the New York Stock Exchange, the advanced decline line, I'm not shown here, and advanced decline volume line were both at new all-time highs yesterday. Folks, I just want to share with you, if you hear somebody tell you we're in a bear market, run as fast as you can. Okay, that's not information that is even close. It's not even close. It's like throwing a dart and hitting somebody that's standing at the bar that is like 20 yards to the right out there. And it's not how bear markets start in the New York Stock Exchange. Does the New York Stock Exchange generate some signals right now? Tunis wants to pull back. Yeah, of course. It's also in a consolidation. Hey, folks, stay tuned. Your favorite polar bear, my favorite polar bear, Coca-Cola, maybe even Pepsi's favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. Tom O'Brien, 3 to 5. I'll be back with you on Wonderful Wednesday. Go Belgium. Go France.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profile So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN, the Tiger Financial News Network. TFNN Headline News Update.